How's it? Today's May 18th, Monday. Today I did snatch work, and it was very interesting. Today was the first day I did full snatches in such a long time. I don't even have a number to put on those weeks. So a complex for today was just one power snatch plus two hang snatches, and that ended at 155 for all five sets of my work. It's kind of hard to really say how it feels. It's definitely not comfortable. Um, but it's not painful. So that's an improvement on what it was like before, I think. And I think I will take what I can get, and I'm happy with that. Another thing that I'm doing here, if you can see, I have those hammy bands around my hips. I thought that would help because I am going into full depth squat mode, and they were helping me the other day, so I figured I would be able to use them today. But I believe I do end up taking them off kind of halfway through because they don't feel super helpful and super useful. And yeah, I think they're very uncomfortable to walk around in. I kind of pull my underwear into an area that it's not a happy area. So yeah, it's another thought to have. After all of these snatches, I did two things, which are snatch deadlift, and then I did some uh, overhead squats. The snatch deadlifts were, but they felt good. They didn't feel bad. I think they felt as expected. And then the overhead squat was work up to a heavy 1+1, so it's like a snatch push press plus the overhead squat. And that was challenging for different reasons I'll go over there. So here's my first set, my first top set at 155. Again, I completed all five of them at this weight. It's kind of funny how easy these power snatches are now. From the floor, or I guess power snatches in general, were just never something I was super keen on and super efficient at. And now they honestly feel kind of comical how easy it is. One thing I noticed I was doing with these, so sorry, the hammy band is off now. But yeah, one thing I noticed about how I'm lifting from the floor is my upper back is really compacted. Um, kind of it's I think my friend Alex would use the term pack the lats in for deadlifting, but I think I'm able to get that on the snatch when I'm pulling from the floor, and that's not something I remember myself doing in the past. I might have been doing it in the past, but I don't remember it as a technique cue that I used. But I'm doing it today. Not quite super conscious of it. It's just that when I watch the videos, that's the one of the bigger things I've noticed. You can kind of see it when I pick up the bar, and my traps and my shoulders are kind of pushing up into my neck, and it looks a little comical if you ask me, but it's a good way to transfer power from my legs all the way into my arms. I think this last set is one that's super indicative of that, if I recall correctly. Yeah. So again, the powers seem very easy and like kind of almost no second guessing how I feel. And then my ability to drop into the hole um, and push out, it seems to be just disconnected. I think that's the terminology I've been using when I was talking to coach. And just that idea of it pushing from the bottom of the hole is just foreign to me. Maybe not the idea is foreign, but like in practice, my hip feels like it's not quite engaged the way that it used to be, and that alone is causing me lots of discomfort. And so here I'm just doing some snatch deadlifts. These are not very heavy. I go up to 255, and the reason for that is my goal is to snatch 115 kilos, and that's about 253 pounds. So I should be able to deadlift well over that number. And today was one of the first days that I was able to actually deadlift, snatch deadlift, any amount of like moderate weight. And so I do 245 here. These aren't the best reps, but again, my goal is 253. So I wanted to push to 255 so that I could kind of feel how it's going to feel in the next couple of months. I think that deadlift was much nicer than both of the previous ones on the previous set. And then this one's going to be similar to the previous set where I kind of almost get to parallel. But in any case, I think that these are helping me grow and be stronger and utilize the strength that I gained through deadlifting. As I mentioned earlier, here's that overhead squat. So it starts with a snatch push press and ends with a single overhead squat. This exercise is interesting because I was able to do maybe like 265 or something when I was at school before I came home and before I got hurt. But you can see me kind of struggling already with 185. Similar thing here with 205. It's not happy with how that felt. So here's 220. As I squat deep into the hole for this, my hips get pushed back a little bit further than I've been practicing. And what I've been practicing is the only way I find it comfortable to squat. So when I was able to do these back off sets with, I think it's 80% of whatever weight I hit. So I went to 100 kilos, which is 220 pounds. So I went down to 80 kilos here for 175. And so I was able to practice or at least get closer to the positions I was using for the back squat last week. And I think it helped tremendously as far as figuring out where my hips should go in space. Again, pushing it out the back doesn't make my hip feel any better. If anything, it might make it feel worse than just keeping them in line with my heels. To finish out all of the weightlifting and the strength building aspects, I do some weighted pull-ups. I work up to a heavy triple. So this is the same like regiment as other weighted pull-up days. However, today I asked Steve about his idea about what I should be using when I should be using straps and when I shouldn't be using straps, and he was saying that if he is trying to work on grip strength and maybe like arm strength or shoulder strength, that he'll go without the straps so that he can focus more solely on the back. And then converse is true, so he'll use the straps for heavier pulling that wants to focus on activation of the back and strength building of the back muscles themselves. So I did that today. Normally I don't use them because I think that my grip is not the strongest. So if I can practice any more, then that would always help. And the previous times I've been doing this pull-up thing, I went up to 50 pounds, and 50 pounds was challenging. And today I went up to 70, and maybe next time I'll be able to go to 75. And the higher number there changes the back offsets, so that makes the back offset significantly harder. So the back offsets today are 35 pounds, so 3 sets of 5 at 35. And in the past, I believe there are 3 sets of 5 at just 20 pounds. I finished off with core as an accessory here. I'm doing these ab wheels, so maybe in the future I'll be able to get it from my toes and from standing all the way down. That would be fun. But yeah, there's not much else to say about today's training. Yeah, thank you for watching. Shoots.